Hello everyone, I am Bee Bunny. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my special video celebrating 100 subscribers with a Q&A. Yay! I just want to take a minute here in the beginning and thank everyone for subscribing. Thank you guys that watch my videos, that stick around, that comment, that like them, that lurk. You know, all of you guys, I really appreciate your support. I can't tell you how happy it makes me. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful. So thank you guys so much. So I wanted to do a video celebrating 100 subscribers, and I put a little poll on Twitter and asked what you guys wanted me to do. The option for a question and answer session won. So I put a call out for questions to answer in this video, and I got questions from Twitter, from YouTube, from my mom. So I will be answering those questions here, but as you can see on the screen, I am in CAS right now and I am making some Sims for a brand new Let's Play I'm going to be putting on the channel soon. And I basically just wanted to have something for you guys to watch, and I thought this is perfect. I'm developing this new Let's Play called Celebrity Rehab. It's based on the Asylum Challenge, with a few twists here and there, but I'm not going to really talk about it there right now. I want to answer these questions, but I wanted something on the screen for you guys to watch while I'm answering questions, and so you can get a little sneak peek. And if there's time, I will maybe do a little tour of the Celebrity Rehab Center as well, because I have that all built up in Solani. But let's get to the first question. The first question is from my mom, who was my first supporter on the channel. She asked me, which of your Let's Play characters do you most relate to and why? Or do you most closely relate to and why? I had to think about this for a long time. I narrowed it down to about 3, and this is from probably least relatable to most relatable. I will go through them. The first one is Candace, who is of course my founder of the Trailer Park Challenge. I don't relate to her in her hot-headedness. I'm not hot-headed, and I'm not very family oriented, and I obviously do not, well, not obviously, you guys don't know, but I don't live in a trailer and I don't have 4 kids. So so I don't relate to any of that, but it's her lazy trait that I relate to, and her inability to do laundry, and her inability to put clothes in the proper place, because I have that problem, and it's kind of ridiculous. I do have access to 3 closets, and I still cannot get my clothes organized. The second character I would say is Pearl. I probably wish I was more like Pearl. Pearl is a bit of an outsider. Pearl's non-binary, and while I'm not non-binary, I am queer, and I have felt like an outsider a little bit different from other people, and I can relate to that as well, but I feel like Pearl is a lot more comfortable in themselves. I wish I was more comfortable with myself, and I also wish I had more of their adventurous spirit, though I do not relate to the loving of the dumpster diving, although I mean I love doing it in game, let's be real, it's so addicting, but not in real life. Definitely not. But I would say that the character that I relate to the most is probably Lucy. It's because I have an older brother. He's 2 years older than me, and when we were children he did torment me. My mom is not gonna like me talking about this. I'm sorry, Mom. And everything's all fine now. It's not, he doesn't torment me today. Just when we were children, and I think it's because I was the younger sister and I was a baby. He didn't like it that I had all the attention, and then, you know, just normal sibling stuff. But when George was kind of destroying Lucy's school projects and the dollhouse, and Lucy would just cry and cry and cry, and I was just like, oh girl, I feel you, I feel you, I feel you. And also Lucy, she hates children. Now, I don't hate children, but I don't have any children, and I'm not likely to have children. I have a wonderful niece whom I love, and that is enough for me. And I feel like Lucy feels like, you know, the same. She has her nephews. That's enough for her. She doesn't want her own children. And while Lucy is unflirty, and the way that the game expresses unflirtiness is more that they are disgusted by flirtiness, which I wish there was a different kind of trait, aromantic or asexual in that case. And I feel like unflirty is like the only trait you can use to sort of express that. And I'm not asexual or aromantic, but I'm terrible at flirting, so I kind of relate to that. because I feel like that maybe it's more like Lucy doesn't know how to handle flirting and she doesn't relate to it. She's not really interested in it. And while I don't exactly relate to that, it's probably the closest. She's just probably the closest to me that there is, which is funny because she's completely randomized. You know, she's a child born of Candace and Anya, and all of her traits are randomized. Everything's randomized about her. So she wasn't designed in any particular way. And the next 3 questions are from Miss Unfortunate. And she asked me, what is one thing that you would tell a new YouTuber who is about to start up for the first time? And I've been thinking about this question a lot since I saw it. I don't know if there's just one thing I would tell a new YouTuber. I think there's about 3 things I would tell a new YouTuber. And just based off of my own experience, one, I would say to just jump in and do it. Try not to overthink it, overplan it. Now, while there are things that I wish I had known when I first started my YouTube channel, definitely, and I'll go over a couple of those things here, but I'm glad that I just sort of jumped in and did it because I think it's one of those skills that you learn by doing. Of course, you want to familiar yourself with software. There's so many tutorials for all the different recording softwares, and of course, you know, it would be great if you could get a nice mic setup or things like that. And if you have the ability to do face cam and you want to, and you know, if you had all that set up before, if you're able to have all that set up before you launch your channel, great. But not everybody's going to be able to have that. I don't know if you necessarily want to invest the money in a nice mic. You have got to have video editing software, and you might have to pay for that. And all of my software I use is free, but I know that's not available to everybody else. I use like OBS and I use iMovie because I'm on a Mac to edit my videos. And while eventually I do want to invest in some nicer video editing software, it works for me now. And I did eventually buy a nicer mic, but I started out just using the internal mic in my Mac. It sort of sucks because I started my channel with a very long running Let's Play. It's still going on. It's the Trailer Park Challenge. There's 31 parts in the first season, I guess you would say, in the first generation, and now we're on the second generation. And so when I'm like, hey, go check out my Trailer Park Challenge, I am sending people to the first videos I ever made. And so they're, you know, they're a little rough because I'm still learning and I don't have the equipment to make them nicer now that like I do have now. So sometimes I just kind of want to go a little caveat, you know, hey, I was just starting out, you know, maybe you want to skip ahead a few episodes and jump in the middle so you don't have to, you know, suffer my learning curve. But I just think somebody starting out with a new YouTube channel, you shouldn't worry about all of that. Give yourself time to grow. And the best way to learn how to do this is by doing it. You get better and better just doing it more and more. So I would definitely say don't overthink it. I might suggest not starting a legacy Let's Play for your first video. Just so you know you're not constantly pointing back to them, and that you know, if your first videos are a little rough, you could, you know, no one ever has to watch them, you know, you don't have to constantly point back to them to like start the story here. But I would also say to do something on your channel that you're passionate about that's really fun, because it's really hard work. So if you are passionate about Let's Plays, I know a lot of people say start out with house builds, start out with casts maybe, because they are shorter, simpler videos to do. I mean, not really. I mean, building is hard. Cast is hard. I'm not saying that Let's Plays are necessarily harder, but there is just a different kind of planning that goes into a Let's Play versus just, oh, I want to build something and I come up with an idea to build it, and I build it and I put it in a video, I speed it up, or you know, do the stop motion videos and then it's done. And while those are hard work, they're kind of contained by themselves. So a lot of people say start out with building videos, start out with cast videos, and I would say do that if that's what you're passionate about and what you enjoy, because it's hard work. The video editing is hard work, but if you're doing something you're passionate about and you're making videos about something that you're passionate about, it's fun work, you know. And that's why I started with Let's Plays, because that's what I'm most passionate about. And I think I'm getting into the second question that she asked, but before I get into that, I just will say there's also this series that Hip Hip Renee is doing. I think she's still doing them, she's still adding to it, and it's called So You Want to Be a Sims YouTuber, and I will link to it, that I watched a couple months after I'd already started. I kind of binged the series, and I found it really helpful, even though I'd already been doing it. And I would recommend that anyone starting a YouTube channel to go ahead and take a look at her series and watch her series, because she's got a lot of great advice in there. Oh, and one more thing I would say, if you are starting a Sims YouTube channel, is to not compare your growth to anyone else. Do not compare them to your peers, to people that started their channel at the same time as you. Some people are going to grow a lot faster than you grow, and some people are going to grow a lot slower than you grow, but it has nothing to do with you. It's not, I mean, it's not, you're not more or less talented than somebody else's channel, depending on somebody else's channel growth. And trying to compare yourself to the numbers is going to drive you insane. So don't do that. There's somebody out there that wants to watch you and wants to watch what you're doing. And slow and steady growth can be really, really great. Don't compare yourself to the growth of other channels, because it's just, it's useless. It's useless, and you're not going to get anything from it. I mean, you can always look at other people's channels and see what they're doing, and maybe learn something from them. And I learn from all the people that I watch, and everybody inspires me in the Sims community and in the Sims YouTube community specifically. You just get inspiration and ideas from other people in this community. So definitely, yeah, take the positive from it, but don't beat yourself up if somebody's growing faster than you are. But as long as you're doing something you're passionate about and that you enjoy doing, your audience will grow. So Miss Unfortunate also asked, what is your favorite gameplay style? Cast, building, or let's plays, and why? And I kind of was segue into doing this in the previous answer, but I enjoy let's plays 100%. I like playing the game. I like Kraken Wise. I sound like such a dork. I like being a dork. I'm a dork when I play The Sims. I have so much fun. I have ideas, so many ideas for Let's Plays, and I think I could just do Let's Plays forever. I have so much fun doing them. I like to do challenge-based Let's Plays. I like it when there's rules and something that I need to accomplish. I like to let a story develop organically, and I know some people think that's tough to do in The Sims 4 versus like how it was in The Sims 3 and The Sims 2, but I find things happen all the time that I'm not expecting and that I didn't plan for, and incorporating that into a story is the way I like to go. So I like starting out with like kind of a challenge and making my people and, you know, and developing their personalities, and then just seeing what happens in the game and using that to tell a story. The last question that Miss Unfortunate asked is, if you could go anywhere in the world on vacation, where would it be? And I have to say right now, I would just like to go someplace where there is a beach and some water and peace and quiet, and just kind of just chill out. Inserting this in because I can't believe I forgot it when I was answering this question, but I'd also really like to go and see great white sharks breach, possibly dive with sharks, like in a shark cage. I mean, obviously not anytime soon, but that's the dream. That is the dream. Sunny Creations asked the next few questions. She asked me, who is my favorite Sims YouTuber? And I've got a couple of answers for this. One of them is a bigger YouTuber, and one of them is someone who deserves to be the biggest YouTuber, honestly. I could say so many people. I really enjoy watching so many channels on YouTube, so many Simmers, and there's so many small Simmers that I think, oh, they deserve all the subs, they deserve more views, they deserve people to watch them. There's so many funny, creative, talented people out there. But I have to start with Dr. Gluon, who some of you might have just discovered him through The Sims Sparked. I've been watching him for maybe 7 or 8 months. And he's mostly a streamer. He is mostly on Twitch, but he does have a YouTube channel. He is hilarious. He's so creative and inventive. He's so wacky. And he is the sweetest person and just the kindest person. And if you go to his streams, it's just a really good time. So I definitely suggest like going to his channel and checking out some of his videos. He's doing a hotel challenge right now that is hilarious and kind of inspired this Celebrity Rehab LP idea that I'm doing. So definitely check him out. But I'd have to say my favorite Sims YouTuber is Lady Lush. and I've been watching Lady Lush. I actually started watching Lady Lush play a completely different game. I think I started watching her Stranded Deep episodes before any of her Sims gameplay, and I love her. I love her energy. She is so funny, and she's got so much positive energy, and she makes the funniest facial expressions too, and she's got great ideas for challenges, and I mean, she really likes to torture her Sims. Like, she really puts her Sims through it. I always want to play all of her challenges too, because I think she's got so many great ideas for challenges. She's just such a supportive person. She's really supported me and shown me so much love, and I cannot thank her enough for that. If you should check out anybody, you should check out Lady Lush, and if you get to be friends with Lady Lush, you just count yourself fortunate, because she is amazing. So the next question Sunny Creations asked is, what does The Sims mean to you? Which, God, that is a question. Oh my God, that is a question. I don't know if I can answer it. I don't know how to answer it. Sims started out as a way to, as an escapism in a way. When I first started playing, I have suffered depression for a lot of my life. I've definitely gone through some hard times, and The Sims was always a place I could go to for refuge. I love telling stories with The Sims. I've told stories with The Sims since, way before sharing them with anyone. It was also a game that my mom and I really bonded over. We both played, I started with The Sims 1, but I think she started with The Sims 2, and we both played Sims 2 and would share our stories with each other. We would share ideas and challenges with each other, and it was a way for us to bond. I love how creative you can get with The Sims. The diversity of The Sims, they've always been really progressive when it comes to LGBTQ stuff. And since I'm queer, that's very close to my heart. I think you couldn't technically marry in The Sims 2, same-sex marriages, but you could have civil unions. And it was so great just to be able to have two women marry each other. And, I wish there was a way that you could have two women, two men, whatever, get each other pregnant, even though that's not realistic, that's not real life, that's not how it works. But you can make a genetic child in cast between two women or two men, and that's great. I think there's still, of course, more that they could do with non-binary representation, and obviously the skin tone issue is very serious and needs to be addressed, and I'm glad that they are addressing it and hopefully fixing that. I've always been really appreciative of how much of myself I can express in The Sims, and how it's always been a place of comfort that I can turn to when things aren't going so great in the rest of my life. So it's definitely been a very important part of my life. The third question Sunny Creations asked is, what is your favorite Sims pack? And I don't know if she means across all 4 games, but I think I'm just going to stick to The Sims 4. And I think my favorite, it's so hard. Oh my God, it's so hard. But I think it might be City Living. I love living in apartments. I know none of my Let's Plays have apartments right now, but I love living in apartments. I love the festivals. I love the build buy for City Living. I love that world. I love San Myshuno, which I never pronounced correct. San Myshuno. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. I never know how to pronounce anything, so that's very on brand for me. It was the first expansion pack I ever bought after I got the base game, and so maybe that's why it's close to my heart, but I absolutely love that. Someday I want to do a Let's Play that's very city based, so I can play more in the city, but I think that is my favorite Sims 4 pack, at least. If I had to go back and judge them all, I don't know, we'd be here all day. Another question Sunny Creations asked was, what kind of music do I like the best? And I am a variety music lover. I definitely am a big fan of K-pop. I'm also a big fan of Korean indie. Like, Gukastan is one of my favorite bands, and I doubt anybody listening to this has heard of them, but if you have, let me know. We are best buds for life, man, for life. I got really into Super Junior and SHINee 10 years ago, I think it was. I've kept up my love of K-pop since then, so K-pop definitely. And the last question Sunny Creations asked is if I'm right or left-handed, and I'm right-handed, so I am not special. Sometimes I'm jealous of left-handed people because I feel like they're special. The last 3 questions, which is probably good because I have been chatting for quite a while, A Sim Life for Jen asked me, what are my plans and goals for my channel and content? I want to continue having fun. I want to continue growing. I want to up my game in my video editing skills. I would like to eventually maybe invest in some better software for video editing and such. I would love to get to 1K subs. I mean, that's my next big goal, is to get to 1K subs. I'm only at 100. We're 10% there. I've had really slow growth, but it's been steady and solid. As far as content is concerned, I have so many ideas for Let's Plays, like I said before, that I would like to continue. I have been thinking about expanding into other games. I'm not quite sure. I'm kind of terrible at video games. I love playing them, but I'm kind of really terrible. So I don't know if I want to show you guys how terrible I am at other video games. But as far as The Sims is concerned, I'm also thinking about maybe starting a Sims 2 series. My Sims 2 zombie video is my most popular video on my channel. I think a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for Sims 2, and so do I. But I can't really remember how to play it. So it's like, because I'm so enmeshed in how Sims 4 works, that I can't really remember how Sims 2 goes. A brief time I played the zombie save that I had. It was it was so hard to remember how to do anything, but I'm sure with some practice I would pick it up again. But yeah, I just want to continue doing what I'm doing, but better. That's basically long answer short. Wait, the short of it, I rambled quite a bit, so it was probably a long answer, but the short of it is I want to continue to grow and I want to continue to get better. Another question that she asked is, if you could live in a Sims game, which one and which world neighborhood would you choose? This is hard because I would like to live in an open world where I can go wherever I want. Okay, let me just preface this with, I am not one of those people that are like, bring back open worlds, bring back open worlds. Honestly, it was so hard for me to play The Sims 3. It was so hard on my system, and I know the open world thing where you load every single lot and every single item in the entire world all at once was just too much for my system. Now my system now can handle it a lot better. I opened up Sims 3 a couple of months ago. I played a little bit and I was fine. But I'm not one of those people that is like, if Sims 5 doesn't have an open world, I'm gonna riot, you know, kind of thing, or bring open world to Sims 4, I need it, kind of thing. I would like an open neighborhood. I wish that in your neighborhood it would load in all of the lots and that you could go and visit your neighbors, or if you go to a shopping district, you could go into all of the stores without a loading screen in between them. I think that would be a really nice compromise. I think systems could handle that, maybe. Most systems could handle that, and I think that that would kind of cut down some of the complaining about oh my god, and this is not what she asked me. Why am I going off on this? This is not what she asked me. Alright, I'm gonna get back to the question now. I'm sorry about that. She asked me what Sims game I would live in, and while I want to say Sims 3 because of the open world, I just don't want anybody to get it wrong that I want that again. I don't, but if I was living in a Sims game, I would want it. And I think I would have to choose Island Paradiso to live in that world. I would want to live in that world. And the same, if I was living in this Sims 4 world, it would be Solani. I'm really craving some water right now. I'm really craving a beach and some water right now, if you cannot tell. And then the last question she asked is, what's my favorite Sims pack EP ever? And I think she means all of the Sims franchises. So can I just stick to Sims 4 and say Steady Living again? Oh my god. If I had to pick another Sims pack in Sims 4, it would definitely be Seasons, I think, because I think Seasons brings so much gameplay that I use a lot because I love the holidays. I love having holidays. I love being able to plan social events on the calendar. I love being able to create my own holidays. I love the calendar system. And the Sims 4 Seasons is my favorite seasons of all of the, the games across the board is having, I think because of that calendar and holiday system that they put in Sims 4, I think that's the best. So I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't know if I can answer for throughout the whole franchise what it would be. I'd have to sit here and do a lot more research. Anyway, I have rambled on for quite a bit. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you again so much for subscribing, for being here, for watching my videos. I can't tell you what it means to me. It makes me so happy. I love you guys so much. I hope you continue to stick around and enjoy my content. If you have any suggestions or any challenges that you think look fun, feel free to comment and let me know. I'm always looking for new challenges to do and all of that good stuff. Please hit that thumbs up button and like this video. And hey, if you're here and you haven't subscribed, well, why don't you come on down and hit the subscribe button. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I will be back with more information. I know we didn't talk about this new LP idea at all, but I will be back with more information about Celebrity Rehab and the rules and possibly the first little episode if I can get everything set up soon. But there'll be more Trailer Park Challenge. There'll be more Pearl and Lucy Two Broke Sibs, and of course more house building and all of that good stuff on the channel. So thank you guys so much. I will talk to you soon. Bye!